Let's reintroduce you to the starters for the Filly World Trotting Derby. We saw these fillies earlier today in race 4, and they're back for the second heat. Remember, a filly must win twice to be declared the champion. Number 1, Glide About, owned by Cliff Siegel, C&I Siegel Racing Stable Limited of Brooklyn, New York, was the winner for trainer Karen Garland and driver Steve Smith in that earlier race today. 1:54 and 2 was the time for the mile. Number 2, Blue Skies Hanover, owned by the Bloodstock Farm and Stables of Saddle River, New Jersey, was 7th for trainer Ron Gerfine and driver Dave McGee. Number 3, Alex Hall, owned by Bob Waxman of Hamilton, Ontario, trained and driven by John Johnson to a 5th place finish earlier this afternoon. Number 4, Graceful Touch, finished 4th for Peretti Racing Stable of Cream Ridge, New Jersey, trainer Chuck Sylvester and driver Eric Ledford. Number 5, Don't Dawdle, was 3rd for owner Adelaide Skoglund, trainer John Johnson, driver Andy Miller. Number 6, Mom's Millionaire, finished 6th for Leese's Joe and Joanne Thompson and Barbara Baum of Chesapeake City, Maryland, and Davie, Florida, trainer driver Jimmy Takter. And number 7, Filly at Biggs, rallied from off the pace in the home stretch to finish 2nd, beaten the nose for the win. In that earlier heat, John Fielding of Toronto, Ontario, and Irving Liverman of Hampstead, Quebec are the owners. Jimmy Takter trains, and Cat Manzi is the driver. Derby number 5, Don't Dawdle, races for Adelaide Skoglund, whose father, the late David Johnston, was the patriarch of Stoner Creek Stud in Kentucky that bred so many top standard breds over the years, and Adelaide's late husband, John Skoglund, the former chairman of the Minnesota Vikings. And his father, in turn, was one of the original investing owners in that NFL franchise. They are at the post, and the gates rolling for race 8, the second heat, and possibly the final heat of this Filly World Trotting Derby. If anybody besides Glide About wins this heat, that filly and Glide About will come back later today in race 12 for a 2-horse race-off. And Mom's Millionaire is off stride behind the gate just as she was in the first heat today. Here they come. They are off and trotting. Don't Dawdle had early speed in the earlier trip today, and she does again this afternoon in this trip. But Graceful Touch is going to go with her on the outside, and Glide About settles into 3rd, right where she settled in the opening journey earlier today. They head toward the quarter. Graceful Touch is up to get the lead. Don't Dawdle will go 2nd. Everyone settles into single file formation at the quarter. Glide About is 3rd. Filly at Biggs is 4th. A gap of just over 2 lengths more to Alex Hall, Blue Skies Hanover, and Mom's Millionaire, the distant trailer. 29 seconds was the time for the opening quarter. Graceful Touch leads it by a length and a half. Don't Dawdle is racing 2nd by a length. Glide About is waiting patiently in 3rd, with Filly at Biggs right behind her in 4th. Alex Hall is racing in 5th. Blue Skies Hanover is 6th, but right there, and Mom's Millionaire last. Here comes Glide About, moving up on the outside, and Glide About is up to get the lead at the half from Graceful Touch in 2nd, with Don't Dawdle 3rd, and Filly at Biggs still 4th, the half in 58 and 3/5 seconds. Glide About leads it by a length into the far turn. Graceful Touch is 2nd, a length and a half. Don't Dawdle is 3rd. Filly at Biggs is still against the rail in 4th, and she is 3.5 lengths off the lead, followed by Alex Hall, Blue Skies Hanover, and Mom's Millionaire is last. Glide About leads it by a length and a half as they turn for home. Graceful Touch 2nd, a half length. Here comes Don't Dawdle up on the outside from 3rd. Filly at Biggs is still 4th against the rail. 3/4 and 1:26 and 3. Top of the stretch for Glide About. She leads it a length and a half. Filly at Biggs now swings out toward the center of the track from the 4th position. Graceful Touch is still toward the rail in 2nd. Filly at Biggs is coming fast on the outside, and Graceful Touch up the rail to challenge Glide About. Glide About short lead. Filly at Biggs and Graceful Touch on either side. This time, Filly at Biggs gets there, wins it by a length. It's close for 2nd, either Graceful Touch or Glide About. The time, 1 minute 54 seconds flat. And folks, we are headed to extra innings in the Filly World Trotting Derby. Headed to a 2-horse race-off, which will go as race 12 later today. And it's going to be Filly at Biggs versus Glide About for the Filly World Trotting Derby title. By 2/5 of a second, this is the faster heat. Owned by John Fielding of Toronto, Ontario, and Irving Liverman of Hampstead, Quebec. Driven by Cat Manzi for trainer Jimmy Takter. How about a hand for Filly at Biggs? And a lot of you probably remember when Cat Manzi came to DuQuoin a number of years ago and won the open division of the World Trotting Derby, driving Harmonious. And the result is official. See if we get a word with our winning driver, Cat Manzi. I'm going to walk along with Cat Manzi here. Cat, you kept this filly covered up till they turned for home in both heats. First heat just missed by a nose. Your thoughts on the second heat? Did you ever have any doubt?
Well, you know, that's a good filly that I beat, but I was a little closer to it this time, and I thought I had her the first heat, but it was just too late. You know, I'm expecting good things from her.
I think when you won with Harmonious, wasn't that a 2 or 3 horse race off here?
Yes, it was.
Any thoughts on strategy?
You know, I think the horse is having a good day, and I don't think the other horse can beat her today.
All right, folks, how about another hand for winning for Cat Manzi?